It's just here after 4:30. We'll go ahead and get the work session up and going. Thanks everybody for being here. We appreciate you coming. You can see the agenda behind this, or if you want to pick one up, it's similar to our normal work session agendas. We'll kick off with having planning and development go through the rezones that are going to be on the agenda for the regular meeting tonight, just in case you have a question. Commissioner Pickens is not with us for the work session. He will be calling in for the regular meeting, and it's the ACCG's fault that he's at a class that he can't get out in time to get back. So he's scrambling trying to figure out how to get out in time to call in. So, but we'll have him by phone for the regular voting meeting when it gets up and going. So Miss Bethany, I will turn the floor over to you and let you dive right in.
See what I can do. So, okay, the first one we have up is RZ 190472, SRNG LLC on Carlin Road. They wanted to take a 10.99 tract of 10.99 acre parcel and rezone it from agriculture to small agriculture. And they wanted to divide the property into 2 lots to build 2 homes. And as you can see up there, they're in the far left up there. And those are fairly large tracts, all of them are. And the recommendation of the Planning Commission was after review of the application, Planning and Development staff recommends approval of the rezone request from agriculture to small ag, but the Planning Commission voted 0 yes to 4 no to deny the recommendation.
Any questions?
No questions for that. No.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, next one is RZ 190491, Woodstock Church of Jasper. They wanted to go from neighborhood commercial to highway business. It's 7.76 acres. And the reason for the rezone request was the church has purchased the property for future development. They want both pieces of the property to have the same zoning category. As you can see, the HB next to it is the church. After reviewing the application, Planning and Development staff recommends approval of the request to rezone from neighborhood commercial to highway business. The Planning Commission voted 4 yes to 0 no to approve the rezone request.
Does it need to be highway business in order to build a church on it, or can you not do that under neighborhood commercial?
No, I think you can do it under both.
Okay. Is they just doing it so they can combine the 2 parcels together and be one tract? Is that the
And
main?
they want everything zoned the same. That
Okay.
way there's no questions in the future of what they can and can't do under 2 separate zones.
Okay.
Okay, the next one we have is Southern Rambler Ranch, 1150 Sandy Bottom Road East. They want to go from highway business to agriculture. It's 153.51 acres of a larger tract. The applicant is requesting to rezone for the purpose of growing crops and grazing cattle. And that's that big part down there at on Sandy Bottoms Road, that large tract right there. After review, Planning and Development staff recommends approval of the request to rezone from highway business to agriculture with the condition that there is a minimum of a 50-foot buffer along and across all residential and adjoining properties. The Planning Commission voted 4 yes to 0 no to approve the recommendation by the Planning and Development, which were to include the minimum of a 50-foot buffer along and across all residential and adjoining properties.
I'm gonna back up to the map there. Looking at the map with I know this was originally rezoned where the Helicopter Express had built. Is that still remaining highway business? They're just rezoning
Yes.
the rest of the property to ag?
Yes, sir.
How much will remain highway business, do you know, or just rough?
The entire parcel is 243 acres and they're rezoning 153.
It's about 90.
Okay. Well, that's just what I wanted to verify, that that's what it looked like.
Yes, sir. Ready? Next one. Okay.
Yes.
RZ 190494, Jesse Mefford. This is 19.772 acres located off of Roland Road. They wanted to go from agriculture to highway business. The applicant requests to rezone for the construction of 8 storage buildings comprised of up to 65 individual storage units, as well as up to 25 outside construction storage yards. And as you can see, there's all kinds of stuff. They've got a lot of HB around them. They've got a lot of rural residential around them. That is the existing map that has the chicken houses on there, and this is what their proposed map looks like. After reviewing the application, planning and development staff recommends approval of the rezone request from agriculture to highway business with the conditions that there is a minimum of a 40-foot buffer along and across all residential properties. The applicant upgrades the road to county standards as stated in their letter of intent. The planning commission voted 4 yes to 0 no to deny the rezone request.
Can you go back to the one that has the zoning map?
The zoning map? Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
there we go. Is there a way to get to this property that is not through Roland Road?
I don't think so. I think that's the only entrance to it.
So,
I knew from reviewing the meeting, that was a comment made by
Okay.
it wasn't the applicant, but the person representing the applicant that spoke at the meeting. and
Yeah,
said that
Doug
was the only
Sherrill was the
entrance.
one that
Okay.
did that, yeah.
so they said they would widen the road to county center. What is that? Is that even possible?
They would have to purchase some of the adjoining property owner's property in order to do that.
So is that, I mean, what is
I
that?
doubt that we have the right of way to do what, you know, to widen it to a 2-lane road like it needs to be. They would have to purchase some property, so we don't have the right of way on that
Okay,
road.
so so they wouldn't be able to widen it to county standard?
Unless they can get some property to do it with.
Yeah.
That's my understanding.
Okay. How wide is that road? I mean, is
So
it like a
30
lane
foot
and a
right of way.
half? Is that,
So 30-foot wide wide.
okay, so it's like a
It
lane
would
and a half
have to
kind
go
of
to
road? I
About
mean,
a lane.
you can't fit 2 semis beside each other on that road,
No.
right? Okay.
It'd have to go to 60.
Or 2 campers that would be meeting coming to and from the storage. Okay. Okay,
Yep.
that's all. Thanks.
I think that's the only 4 we had.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it very much. All right, so next we had on department head updates. I've got a couple I'm gonna pick on right off the bat, but then we'll let everybody else go that wants to. Of course, he's looking down, so he won't look up to try and get him, but you've had a lot going on at Parks and Recreation, so I figured
Oh,
we'd
yeah.
call on Brian first. with lots of
Absolutely.
detail going on.
So yes, we have been quite busy the months of June and July. Just this past week, we got done with the walking track, getting it completely repaved, and the addition of the track going up to the community center. Had Kevin backfilled to keep people from stepping off and turning ankles and stuff, so he got done with that. They started pulling out all their equipment this week. Saw something very interesting today for the first time as a person roller skating on the track. So I've never seen that, not at that park. It's just never been to the level where you could get a roller skate to go across it, but stopped and talked to the 2 ladies, and they were just absolutely excited about the fact that they could have a place to roller skate here in Pickens County. So I don't know, that may be a thing. So
Was that Stacy and Rhonda from Elections?
Absolutely.
Roller derby's next.
Also, at the same time, we were finishing up that project. Called Phillip with the water department, and we had it was a drainage pipe that had been there 80s,
Yeah.
probably the 80s, early 90s, that basically was not functioning at all. Had them rip it up, put a new pipe in, a new HDPE pipe, and got it covered up. In the process, we had a bank that was unmowable and had them straighten that up as well. Some of the dirt that we got from the walking track excavated, we were able to use that dirt on that project. So we got that done, and the guys were great and helped us get it matted. We got it matted seed. We're trying to get it some grass growing on it as well. So that was much needed addition, getting that fixed. Some of the stuff we have going on as well, football and cheer has started practicing at the park, so it is busy in the afternoons. It's looking like we'll start games for the most part on August the 19th, whether we're hosting or they'll be playing away. Something for the commissioners, we'll have Meet the Dragons night. That's going to be on August the 4th. On that night, we'll have all 150-something football players and then all 20-something flag football and the cheerleaders. They got 135 cheerleaders, and then the junior high will announce their kids. We'll announce every single player that night. They'll get to run out on the field, I think the high school typically has some vendors and stuff, some jumpy houses. Last year we barely got through our kids and the bottom fell out and it was kind of a washout, but that'll be a pretty cool event. And then won't be much longer than that, in the high school will start playing football games as well. So August is going to be very, very busy with us and everyone else.
Is that gonna be at the high school?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Boys and Girls Club, we've been facilitating their program this summer, just helping them out. They've been using our facilities. We've been helping them out with some stuff. Their last day is tomorrow, so they'll use the pool one next time tomorrow, and then we won't have Boys and Girls Club at our facility as far as using pool, the gym, or stuff like that. So they'll take off and they'll get ready once school gets started for their stuff. Big question we've had here lately is the pool. So we'll stop. The pool will be shut down on August the 6th. That's the last day for the pool. It's a Sunday. And the big question on why we end so soon is all of our help is either high school or college kids. By that time, they're getting ready and it's been so hot this week, it's hard to actually get help. So that's when we're going to close the pool down. There will be water in there for a little bit. We'll let the chemicals die down before we actually start draining it. And I think we're going to start trying to fix some of the numerous issues that's going on at the pool right now, once we still have a little bit of water left in it. So, but I wish I could say it was, we're making a lot of money up there, but it's not the case. It's public service. Everybody seems to enjoy it. So we'll do our best to keep it open as long as we can, provided we have enough staff to actually, keep it up and going and everything else. So, but other than that, like I said, it's been a busy couple of months. We're trying to get a lot of projects done before we get into football season, and then, we're kind of shut down from that point, just getting practices and everything else going. And then after that, we're riding the basketball season. So busy, busy, busy. So. Yeah, roller derby's coming in August. So Phil's going to get his own team sponsor. Captain Stacy.
And it will not be on you. You work. Workman's comp will not be able to pay for all the injuries we would sustain. So.
Thanks for getting all that done, Brian.
Mr. Dean,
Yes, sir.
how's Water World going?
It's flowing. We're doing good. Just an update on Mullinax Road and Gibson Trail. We got that online. It's in service, has been for about 2.5 weeks now. Got a few washes and yards we've got to go back and fix, or we don't, the contractor is. Where the heavy rains come a couple weeks ago and washed a few things out. And getting ready to order materials for Price Creek Road West. Got a pretty good savings last week, going with a different type of material or a different type of pipe. It was about, I think I said, right at $30,000 cheaper to go with this. So we're gonna try it. We've tried it before. It's just, you have to have a $300,000 machine to fuse it together. So we can rent the machine and get it put in. The pipe's about $6.50 a foot cheaper. So we're going, we got to bore that creek, or direction to bore the creek anyway, so we're going to just go with the whole road. So hopefully we'll start that in about next month or so. So I'm waiting on our engineers to get the plans wrapped up. Got a new pump station for Black Knob coming. I think we're 3 weeks into a 12-week wait time right now. So we'll get that done, and hopefully that'll last us another 20 years like the last one did. And we had an NBA Saturday over at Jerusalem and Anderson Mountain, if nobody knows. A car did go through the fence and hit the generator. Didn't hurt nothing except the fence. So I've got a couple fence companies gonna come and look at that and try to get that fixed. But that's the only thing exciting really going on. Oh, and we did do data pulls for our new software today, so our online process and everything's been shut down for the day so they can do the data pulls and compare yesterday's AR reports to real life time and to make sure they pulled all the right data and correct data. So that's about it.
Yeah. Thank you. Questions? I didn't. That's the early. We're just going along the back road. Mr. Anderson, how the roads and public work?
We've been busy.
We did get up to C.W. Matthews, and we've got a tentative start date of mid-August on our paving. I know that's not ideal with school starting back, but it's never really a good time to pave. And it is contractor, so, you know, that's one of the things that unfortunately is out of my hands. But like I said, we got a start date of mid-August on that. Damascus Road, we've had it shut down the last couple of days between Big Ridge and Black Knob, replacing the pipe. They did get it opened back up this afternoon, you know, before we have traffic through there this weekend. Unfortunately, it will be on and off. We're going to be shutting it down because we're replacing cross pipes to where we can tar and gravel that hopefully before the end of summer. Other than that, we're mowing and business as usual. We've had the chip sealers been out after we chip sealed the west side of Damascus between Black Knob and Gordon County line. We did get that completed, I guess, since our last meeting we had. And we had some tar left over from it, so we've been doing a lot of repairs around town on some of our worst spots and big potholes, and kind of got caught up on some of that work too. So big kudos to the guys, because it's been pretty rough out there the last few weeks.
Yes, it has.
At least you didn't bring back the, what's that pothole machine where they had to heat it up?
Oh yeah, the mastic, it'd be up down to about 400 degrees, so it's like standing next to an oven out there while it's, you know, 95% humidity.
Golly. Prather, any updates on the fire world? All going good?
Stay busy. You know, we still struggling with staffing a little bit. Still hire part-time, a lot of part-time people coming in. Some haven't started yet. Still struggling with keeping trucks running. You know, not as much as getting work done, but parts. You identify a part, it takes 2 or 3 weeks to get a part in. But right now we're up and running. We've got 2 down. It's been down for 2 ambulances. Guys are hanging in there, running calls. I hate to say it's been a little quiet today, because sure to say that is.
Yeah,
But it,
That's recorded.
Christie will turn around and assault you if you say that.
what's up and down, you know, we'll start to look at, you know, preparing for ISO. Talking to Chrissy today about, or yesterday, I can't keep up with the days anymore, about hydrants, and she's going to be getting Philip, getting those in the system for us, and working on pre-fire plans. I saw today what we're doing with it, so moving along. It's a lot of work, a lot of things going on.
Good. Thank you. Guys on the shelter and Marshall World, Emily's not making eye contact with me, so I think that was her way of
I got a
avoiding.
tooth that's killing me.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were just gonna let Mike speak on behalf.
No.
Is all going?
We've been busy. The what? Oh, we had the Department of Ag up recently and got our inspection for the year, and that went good. So we're ready to get our license. We've been busy, lots of animals. We have like 38 dogs right now, so we're kind of drowning in dogs. We had a couple adoptions yesterday, so that's looking good. Been short-staffed, but we actually had 2 people in the last week that we hope are going to work out. So one of them starts next week. Running calls. Me and Mike have been hitting the road running calls. But that's about it.
Thank you. In the planning world, I know we've had you up for rezone, but any updates or anything going on?
Not a lot, I'm just busy. Lots of permits, lots of business license, and tons and tons and tons of questions.
Everybody always hides on both sides of the room. You usually think this is the side that gets called on, so I think everybody sits over on this side that does not want to be called on. But anybody have a, Roy?
Good news, our aerial photography has made it to the old internet. It's on, when you look at Q Public, you're gonna look at aerial photography that we captured in January. Pickens County. You can see the previous years too, so all that's on there. So all that stuff that you ride by and you see is going on, you can get a pretty quick visual of it. It's pretty neat.
It's funny, I was looking on it just the other day and I thought that it looked like it was updated, but I didn't look at the date on it. That's funny, I have nobody to look up. Are you ready for election season, Miss Stacy?
Brian and I both are.
All set, Mayor?
Qualifying will start August the 21st and go through August the 25th for the City of Jasper, City of Nelson, and Town of Talking Rock. That will be from 8:30 in the morning until 4:30 in the evening.
So it's coming up. All right. Since everybody else is looking away from you, we'll open it up just for general discussion. Do you have any questions, comments, or?
I have a road question.
Fire away.
Is the DOT giving you any newer updates about 53?
So
I can give you one.
the last update from the last meeting we had, they bumped it to 2024 instead of 2023. I reached out to both Representative Jeffers and Senator Gooch, and they both said they were calling the Cartersville office to try to get that switched back. They have sent a crew over to inspect or to look. I don't know what level of inspect that meant, but it doesn't take a deep inspection to drive that road and know the condition of it. So we're trying to push. I mean, when they gave us the 23 date, we were giving that out to everybody because that's what we were told. And then when it got bumped to 24, we're having to explain that. And I mean, it's not one you want to pass the buck, but it is a state highway, so we're trying to do all we can. But both Senator Gooch and Representative Jasper said that they were going to do all they could to try to get that moved back onto this year's calendar. The one good thing is C.W. Matthews got the paving bid contract for the county that's going to be here in August, and they typically do a lot of the state paving projects, so they will have equipment in our county and actually right there on Highway 53, so it would be convenient if they were able to pick that one up, but that's a state bid issue.
Thank you for that.
In a month, I may give you a different one when we meet with them the next time, but we're hoping that actually holds true and we're able to keep them to it, because that road's deteriorating pretty quick.
Yes, it is.
So, and I wish it was not, like, if we can get Hill City to 515, that's great, but it actually extends on beyond. That's just the worst section of it. And then on the east side, it's starting to have a similar problem. Anything further? One thing, when we go into our regular meeting, we'll kind of announce a little bit more. We've been discussing the town hall for the end of August, centered around parks and recreation and some of the ideas that the public has been presenting, and just give an opportunity to, one, to hear, but two, to explain the cost and pricing and prioritization. So the date's going to be on Tuesday, August the 29th. We do know that we've got the date lined up. We're waiting to verify the location. If we can get confirmation, then we've got one place, but we have a backup just in case. So as soon as we get the confirmation on the location, we'll put out a formal announcement as to the details, location, and time of the town hall. But the date will be on Tuesday, August 29th. So we'll have a Parks and Rec centered town hall meeting so that we can listen and we'll present the information of where we've gone, what we've done, some of the plans for what we've been trying to work toward, and some of the cost for what some of the people love to. I mean, there's great ideas. I'm not saying a single one of them's a bad idea, but I haven't heard of a single one of them yet that's much under $1 million a piece. So they range from $1 million to 14, 15 million, depending on which idea that you're looking at. So we have to prioritize, and we're trying to come up with the best plan. And rather than just take our plan to the public, we'd rather listen to the public first. So we're going to have that town hall and kind of factor that in as we move toward the end of the year. So we'll have that coming up. And with that, we'll go ahead and adjourn the work session. We do have our 5:30 regular meeting. So welcome everybody to come back. Thank you.